Welcome back. We just breezed right through this hour here, and lots of great stuff happening. Don't forget, you're watching Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV, the fastest growing cable network in America, now available in 70 million homes.
Sorry.
And, don't forget to stay tuned after this for all the news you need on American Agenda with Bob Sellers and Allison Maloney. But one guy who has been on the money for decades on calling major catastrophes and other things like market rock and rolls, Gerald Celente joins us. He's the founder of Trends Research Institute, publisher of Trends Journal. Gerald, tell us what you're seeing. You usually know what's happening with this stuff. Give us your insights, please.
The Greatest Depression has now begun. We are going to go into a collapse that's unimaginable. We have a bunch of political freaks, governors, prime ministers, you name it, closing down the global economy. Here comes the virus, here comes the virus. I'm not good at numbers, but how many people have died so far? In the entire world?
A few thousand.
7,100.
Right.
Out of how many people? 7.7 billion. How many people died in the United States? About 60?
I think now it's up to 90.
Where did most of them die? In a nursing home up in Kirkland, Washington, 22? This is affecting the elderly that are chronically ill. All of the doctors that I know are saying this is way overblown. This is, hey, 18,000 people have died of the flu already in America this year. 1.5 million people died in China of air pollution, 4.5 billion in the world each year.
Wow.
This is hysteria. There's no, it's going to get worse. Don't tell me it's going to get worse. What's going on now? The numbers add up to nothing. Who has ever heard of closing down all the businesses? How are the people? How are the workers? The waiters, the waitresses, the people that work in airlines, the people that work in shops, stores. How are they going to pay their rent? How are they going to pay their mortgages? How are they going to pay their gasoline? How are they going to pay their phone bills, their electric bills? How are they going to pay for anything? We got freaks closing down the entire world. For what? Hey. There's 3 cases in Maryland. I'm the governor. Close down the... Hey, how many people got shot last night in Baltimore?
Probably a lot more than 3, that's for sure. Gerald, one thing I want to ask you is, where you're the greatest and greater than me in almost all things, I'm pretty good at numbers. And I've been kind of breaking it down like this. 80,000 cases reported in China, okay? 80,000. They have 1.4 billion people, so they're 4 times our size. So it makes sense to me that if they're 4 times our size, we should have a reported death count around 20,000. Let's say there was double for them because they lied and they cut it in half. Let's say they had 160. We should have cases reported of about 40,000 with a 2% incident ratio, with a 2% mortality ratio as it is now. So, I mean, we're talking about, in my view, 800 deaths, and the numbers don't lie. What do you think in our final minute here?
Again, the liars are lying. This is destroying the global economy. The numbers add up to nothing. People are freaking out. Heil Hitler, hi Mussolini, follow Stalin, follow Mao, follow Monty, follow Sanchez, follow your leaders. They're ruining the world. They're closing down businesses. How are businesses going to pay their rent? How are they going to meet? How everything is collapsing. Hey, never before have the markets gone down, Wall Street and Main Street collapsed at the same time. Usually Wall Street goes down and then it follows. Now it's the big collapse. The Greatest Depression has begun, like nothing we'll ever see in our lifetime.
All right. Well, look, I think we got some good leadership in Washington. I think the president's been doing the best job the president can do for a long time. This may be outside of even his great powers, but, the market's up today, which is a good sign. And I'm thinking if the market closes above a key benchmark, 22,000 today, they may give the market a break for a week or two. I don't know anything, but I think
Yeah.
it would be a sensible move if we close on a positive note today. Gerald, I want to thank you so much for joining us. Your insights are always welcome here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being with us through this hour today. Stay tuned for American Agenda tomorrow. More Liquid Lunch, same bat time, same bat channel.